Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about my journey throughout CRNA school. So I've been on quite a hiatus dealing with the transition from going to full-time didactic to full-time clinical. So this video is going to be a week 8, semester 5, week 8 update. If you guys are interested, let's get into the nitty-gritty. So the last time I checked in, I did 1 week of clinicals, and I had a really pleasant experience in those first 3 days, and I'm trying to just think back of everything that's happened in the last 8 weeks, and it's just been a matter of me dealing with time management and sleep management, because when I do a full 10 hours in clinicals, I'm wiped. Like if I have 2 days back to back, I need a full day of recovery, because I feel like, I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, get to clinicals at 6. It's about 50 minutes or so for me to commute there. And then after clinicals, I usually have class from 6 to 7, and then I have homework assignments, and then I have care plans, and it's like I feel like I'm being kicked while I'm down, so to speak, and I haven't had time to actually just film a video. And I've also been kind of like in my own head with things, like thinking, too many things are going against it, so I shouldn't do it. Like, for instance, the last few times that I've tried to edit and post videos, I've had issues where there's no space on my hard drive, no space, to upload, or upload errors. And I'm like, if things just don't work out the way that I want them to, then it's not for me. So I'm just not gonna fight it. So I have been kind of thinking like, oh, it's probably not gonna work. Like if I go to edit this video, it's gonna say the file's corrupted or something. And I've just been like avoiding it, so to speak. So it's just me being a butt and not putting forth the effort I need to keep you guys in the loop. But let's talk about what's been going on over the last 8 weeks. So every week we get our schedule month to month. So for the whole month of June, we had our schedule. We just got our schedule now for the whole month of July. And they've been scheduling us for 10-hour shifts because they've been struggling getting us all in for the 8 hours. By them doing 10 hours, instead of doing 4 8s, doing 3 10s, they're able to accommodate us all, because there's been times where they have to cancel some of us because there's just not enough ORs for the amount of students. So the 3 10s seem to be working better for them, and then it also seems to be working better for us. I say us, but really me. I say that it works for me because I'm commuting from Miami to Naples, and I stay in Naples during the duration of like a clinical stretch. So if I have clinicals Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll come in Sunday night and leave Friday after clinicals. So having 3 10s is more convenient to me than 4 8s, because that gives me at least 1 extra day that I might be able to come back home. Because 4 8s, it's like the only way I can get 3 days off is if my 4s are scheduled together, and that's pretty rare. So I've been able to have at least 2 days off, sometimes 3. I even had a stretch where there was a little bit more, but I don't even want to say it out loud because I don't want it to get jinxed. But I've been kind of like bothered by the commuting situation these days. I feel like it's been over 1.5 years that I've had to go to Naples every week, stay away from my house every week, and just like kind of live out of my backpack. And that life isn't the one that I particularly am a fan of. Like living like a gypsy just doesn't really sit well with me. At first it was okay, because I had this motivation, like, oh yeah, I'm starting CRNA school, I'm getting through CRNA school. And now it's like, it's kind of like that motivation and that drive and that excitement is kind of dying down. But I will say that the actual clinical experience is fun for me. I just feel like the commuting and being away from my house, being away from my animals, being away from my loved one, it's kind of like, it's getting to me a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I like spending time at my mom's, but it's just not my house, And yeah, I don't know. It's just having to be up and about, always moving, always planning, and not being able to like live my life, I guess. Like just planning a doctor's appointment, or even doing like my PALS and ACLS and things like that, I have to like, schedule it. And it's like, I don't know, I guess maybe because I was a little spoiled in the didactic phase because I had a very structured schedule. Now I kind of like, I don't like feeling like I'm up in the air. But anyway, so I've been doing my 3 clinicals a week. Every night before clinicals, we get a text message saying which OR we will be in and which CRNA we will be with. So what I do is I have the app for the hospital, the Epic app, and I look up the patients ahead of time. I write on like a little note paper, just like the patient history, labs, medications, allergies, things like that, on a separate paper, and then I make a care plan just on the procedure. Like if they're having a lap chole, lap epi, I'll just do the actual care plan for lap epi or lap chole, and I save it. So like if I get another lap chole, lap epi, it's much easier than having to do a whole new care plan because I have it all saved. Lately I've been doing a lot of cystos. So what's great is that I have a ton of cysto stuff, and then like for instance in endoscopy, it's usually either bronchs, colonoscopies, EGDs, ERCPs, TEEs. They're all kind of the same. So I have like a folder just for endo, and I actually don't mind when I'm in endo. I just print out all of them and I come to the endo day, and then I look up the patients when I get there, because it's kind of hard to determine which rooms are which for this one particular hospital. So I don't want to look up all the patients if they're not particularly like one that I'm going to be taking care of. So I actually don't mind endo days. I feel like what I've been doing with the CRNAs is telling them like, let me do the actual work, like the actual airway management and pushing the meds and things like that, and they can do all the charting for now, because I feel like I just want to like master the actual craft, so to speak. And they've been pretty much cool with that. It's actually been really helpful having 2 providers in the room for endoscopy because of the how fast the turnover is in those cases, and I don't mind it. I really have been enjoying it. I really do like cath lab. I don't know if I think I told you guys several times that I like cath lab, but yeah, it's been a process where you get the information on the patients the night before, you do the clinicals. Sometimes I have class after clinicals, sometimes I don't, and then I'll usually sleep for like 12 hours after clinicals because I'm beat. That mental strain is a lot, and I feel like because I'm not used to being up that early, it really has been an adjustment for me. But as far as the classes go, I'm up to date with all my assignments. I feel like I'm not ahead like I usually am, and that's okay. I feel like I'm going week by week. With that, we have discussion posts. One class we have quizzes every week, but mostly the discussions, and then occasionally we'll have an assignment here or there. Lately we've been having a lot of Apex workbooks as well. So yeah, it's been a matter of week by week staying up with the homework assignments, but I've been doing fine so far. I'm halfway through the semester now, and I have still all A's. I have like just a few points docked for like references and things like that, but it's been mostly just a matter of turning the assignments in, and I've been okay with that. But I have 3 classes that I actually have to log into online. For my clinical practicum, we talk about case studies, we talk about issues with our clinical sites, but it's been I actually don't mind that class because it's been like a nice place to vent, and also to hear other people's case studies and how they manage anesthesia for those particular patients. And it's been nice, but we have those care plans that we have to turn in every week. We have to turn in all our care plans. We have to turn in all our evaluations for the week. Those are just standard. And then we have Apex workbooks, Apex modules that they're having us do. So really it's kind of like just staying afloat in that class. But the other classes I have one that's for the capstone project that we're going to be working on for our big paper. And so this one is just doing the topic and literature review portion for our paper. And it's been actually quite interesting because it's kind of hard to teach research. But this professor has been really great, like as far as giving us examples of good research projects and things like that, and how to break them down, so that way it could help you make yours better. And so that one we have discussion posts every week, and it's really not that big a deal. And then the leadership class is just an hour class where she goes over lecture. We have a quiz based on the lecture, and discussion posts based on a question that she brings up from the lecture as well. So it's just been like a matter of keeping up with the busy work, keeping up with the clinical days, and just staying afloat. I am considering resigning from my per diem. I already resigned from one. I had 2 per diems, and I resigned from one just because I felt like it was really hard to navigate the schedule, and also like waiting for my schedule at a monthly basis and not being able to give them days until like the very last minute. So I just felt like as a courtesy that I should just give my 2 weeks and just resign, because I felt like it was just going to be too much flexibility on their end, and I wasn't going to be able to meet the expectations they had for me. So, and they were okay with that. The other per diem, it's just like I just do night shifts once every pay period, so twice a month. And it's really not that bad. It's just a matter of, again, being able to be flexible with my schedule, because I can't change my clinical days for school. So they're aware of that. So I tell them, look, these are the days I think I can give you, but once I get my schedule, I'll know better. And then once I get my schedule, if it coincides where I won't be able to be there that day, I'll switch the day or give them another day or something like that. And they've been pretty good with me on that. So I'm not at that point yet where I'm going to resign, but I will consider it. I have considered it. Other than that, I don't know if I have any more updates as far as what's going on with school. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this update for semester 5. I am trying to be better about staying ahead on my video posting, because I know I've had a lot of people come up to me and tell me, hey, where are your posts? You haven't posted in a while. And I just feel like, like, oh, you're actually watching, So yeah, it's just me being in my own head and being a butt about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.